The camera opens on Sol Haven, Earth's last orbital stronghold. A sprawling city floating above Earth, once a symbol of humanity's progress, is now in chaos. The sky is set ablaze as alien ships, the Zarek Armada, descend like a storm. These massive, sleek vessels hover ominously in the atmosphere, their dark shapes cutting through the clouds like knives. They're relentless, armed with weapons that make humanity's last defenses look like toys. Below, Earth's cities are already under attack. Sol Haven is all that remains, humanity's final fortress. Anti-air guns fire desperately into the sky, creating streaks of light against the night. But the firepower is futile. The alien fleet swats down the missiles like flies. One by one, the city's energy shields flicker and fail, leaving it defenseless. Inside Sol Haven, on the bridge of the flagship Eclipse, Captain Liana Greaves stands frozen, her eyes locked onto the chaos unfolding on the screens before her. Her heart races as she watches the bombardment. The city's skyline is shattered by explosions, the towering buildings collapsing into the abyss. She grips the rail in front of her, but there's no place to run. The city is losing power. Systems are failing. The Zarek are moments away from obliterating humanity's last hope. Liana's jaw tightens as she hears the all-too-familiar sound of her ship groaning under the strain. The Eclipse shakes violently as another enemy salvo hits. It's all slipping away. Sol Haven, their last refuge, is going to fall. She swallows hard, but her thoughts are interrupted by a crackling sound in her earpiece. A voice, calm but urgent, cuts through the static. You're not alone. The fleet is coming. For a moment, Liana freezes. She tries to process the message, but her mind can't focus. The fleet? What fleet? Where have they been all this time? But before she can respond, the first wave of Zarek bombers appears in the distance, heading straight for the civilian transport ships trying to flee. Liana's stomach drops. The civilians are defenseless, easy prey for the aliens. Without hesitation, Liana turns to her command crew. Prepare the fighters. We're going to buy them some time, she orders, her voice steady but filled with urgency. She knows this is madness, her fleet is small, outdated, and outgunned. The Zarek ships have technology that far surpasses anything humanity has. Their weapons can slice through Sol Haven's defense shields like paper. But Liana has no choice. If they don't act now, everyone will die. The Eclipse lurches forward, engines roaring as it accelerates toward the bombers. Liana watches through the viewports as the alien ships come closer. The fighters launch from the Eclipse's hangars, their sleek, modified hulls barely able to match the speed of the alien ships, but they're all they have left. Her fighters rush into battle, firing their guns, launching missiles, but it's clear, they're outmatched. The Zarek bombers return fire, their weapons lighting up the darkness. Explosions ripple through space, and a fighter ship disintegrates before Liana's eyes. Liana grits her teeth. She can hear the shouts of her crew behind her, the urgency in their voices as the battle unfolds. But she focusing on what she can control. There is no time to mourn the loss. Not yet. With the city about to be wiped out, her every decision matters. Each moment counts. She turns to Bonner, her second in command, a battle-hardened veteran who has been fighting this war since the beginning. It's now or never, Bonner, she says, her voice tight with determination. Bonner, who has seen far too many battles and lost too many friends, nods without a word. He knows what this means. The city, the fleet, even the future of Earth, they're all at risk. But they fight anyway. They have to. Liana watches as the Zarek bomber closes in on the civilian transport. She gives the order, her voice unwavering, fire everything we've got. We can't let them take it. The Eclipse shudders again as all weapons fire. The loud, echoing roar of cannons fills the bridge as enemy ships are shredded in bursts of light. For a moment, Liana dares to believe that they might stand a chance. But she knows it's temporary. The Zarek have more ships, more firepower, and superior technology. Time is running out, and humanity's survival hangs in the balance. As the Eclipse fights back, Liana catches a glimpse of the message again in her mind. The fleet is coming. It seems impossible, but deep down, a flicker of hope sparks in her heart. The only question is, will they be in time? For decades, Earth's defenses have been failing against the relentless power of the Zarak Empire. These alien invaders, with their vast fleets and advanced technology, have crushed every resistance humanity has tried to put up. From the moment they first arrived, the Zarak knew what they wanted: Earth's precious resources, its unique biosphere. The Earth, once a thriving and peaceful planet, now finds itself at the mercy of a race far more powerful. Humanity fought back in the beginning, but the Zarak were too strong. Their weapons were unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Ships that could travel faster than light, weapons that could rip through cities with a single strike, and an AI that predicted every move. Earth's military, despite their best efforts, could not keep up. They lost battles, cities, entire countries. Now, the only place left standing is Sol Haven, the orbital city where the last of humanity gathers, hoping for a miracle. But the truth is clear: Earth has been pushed to the edge of extinction. Captain Liana Greaves stands at the helm of humanity's final defense. As leader of the United Earth Defense Forces, UEDF, she carries the weight of a broken world on her shoulders. Every mission she leads, every soldier she orders into battle, could be their last. Yet, despite the overwhelming odds, Liana never gives up. She has seen too much, lost too many, but she knows there's no turning back. She fights because there is no other choice. If she doesn't, the Zarak will end it all. But it's not just Liana who feels the crushing weight of the war. Her second-in-command, Sergeant Bonner, is a man shaped by loss. A grizzled veteran, Bonner has been fighting the Zarak since the beginning. He remembers the first wave of invasion all too well, the day his family was taken. They lived in a small town on Earth, peaceful and far from the front lines. But when the Zarak arrived, no one was safe. His wife and children, his whole life, were destroyed in an instant. Bonner never speaks much about that day, but the pain in his eyes is always there, buried beneath years of combat. Every battle, every mission, he carries the memory of his family's deaths with him. He holds on to that pain as a reminder of why he fights. There's no time to grieve, not while so many are still alive, fighting and dying for a future that seems impossible. But Bonner is not defeated. Despite the loss, despite the hopelessness of their situation, he leads his troops with unwavering resolve. When Liana looks to him, she sees the same fire that keeps her going, the desire to protect the last remnants of humanity, to make sure their deaths are not in vain. Bonner is the steady hand that guides their forces, even when the situation looks bleak. He has seen the worst and come back from it, and now, he fights for the people he's sworn to protect. Humanity is outmatched, its resources nearly depleted. Yet, in the face of all this, the human spirit refuses to break. Liana, Bonner, and every soldier left in Sol Haven know that they may not survive, but they fight for one last chance, a chance to turn the tide. They know the odds are stacked against them, but there's one thing they have that the Zarak can never take away: hope of the battle for Earth is not one of simple confrontation. It's a war of high-tech guerrilla tactics, where humans must outsmart their enemies at every turn. The Zarak Empire's advanced technology is unmatched, but humanity has one thing the Zarak don't: unpredictability. They may be outmatched, but they will never stop fighting for survival. In the heart of the battle, Captain Liana Greaves knows this truth all too well. The Eclipse, her flagship, is a ship of last resort, barely holding together after years of constant combat. But it's all they have left, and it will have to do. With the Zarak hunting them from the skies, Liana orders her crew to activate the experimental cloaking technology, one of the few advantages they have left. The cloaking tech is a last-ditch effort, still untested in battle. But the humans have no choice but to use it. The Eclipse disappears from the Zarak's sensors, vanishing into the dark void of space. The enemy fleet, unaware of the Eclipse's movements, becomes confused. For the first time in a long while, the humans have the upper hand. Liana's heart races as she orders the attack. Her ship and its cloaked drones dart between the larger Zarak ships, catching them off guard. The drones, small but deadly, move with surprising speed, weaving between the alien vessels with precise movements. The Zarak AI tries to predict the drones' movements, but the humans are unpredictable. There's no algorithm that can prepare for the creative ingenuity of human tactics. The drones fire, launching surprise attacks that destroy alien weapons and disrupt their systems. For a moment, it seems like the tide might turn in humanity's favor. But Liana knows better than to get too comfortable. She watches the Zarek fleet regroup, sending out interceptor ships to track the cloaked drones. It won't be long before the element of surprise fades. On the ground, the humans are fighting with equal ferocity. Sergeant Bonner and his squad of soldiers are suited up in heavy exosuits, their movements enhanced by the powerful armor. The exosuits are a far cry from the Zarek's sleek technology, but they give the humans the strength to match the alien soldiers in close combat. The battle is brutal. Zarek commandos, armed with energy blades and laser rifles, clash with the humans in the streets of Solhaven. Explosions tear through the city, shaking the ground as debris flies through the air. Buildings collapse, and smoke fills the sky, making it nearly impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. The air is thick with the stench of burning fuel and metal. Bonner leads his team, charging forward, his exosuit's powerful gauntlets smashing through enemy ranks. The Zarek soldiers are fast, but Bonner is faster. He twists around an energy blade, grabbing the alien soldier by the arm and throwing him into a nearby wall. With a single swing of his suit's heavy arm, he knocks out another. His soldiers follow his lead, using EMP grenades to disable enemy weapons. The Zarek commandos are momentarily stunned, their rifles sparking as the EMP waves disable their systems. For a brief moment, the humans gain an upper hand in the street fight. The Zarek soldiers, without their advanced weaponry, are vulnerable. But Liana knows that the Zarek are quick to adapt. Their technology is advanced, and they won't stay down for long. The battle rages on in both space and on the ground. The humans continue to fight with everything they have, using every trick, every piece of tech they've stolen or built to their advantage. It's chaos, spaceships dodging in the skies, while on the ground, soldiers are fighting for survival in the crumbling streets of Solhaven. Liana and Bonner know they are up against impossible odds, but they also know that if humanity is going to survive, they must keep pushing forward. There's no other option. Every victory, no matter how small, is a chance for survival. Humanity's forces are hanging by a thread. Solhaven is on the verge of collapse, and Earth's last remaining soldiers fight with everything they have, but the Zarek Empire is too strong. The alien fleet, with its overwhelming firepower and advanced AI, seems unstoppable. The humans are outgunned, outnumbered, and on the brink of extinction. Captain Liana Greaves watches the destruction unfold on the bridge of the Eclipse. Her ship is battered, its systems failing. Her crew is exhausted, but still they fight. On the surface, the battle seems hopeless. The Zarek have already destroyed most of humanity's defenses. All they need is one final push to finish off the last bastion of human resistance. As Liana stares out into the void, a strange alert flashes on her screen. Energy signatures, faint but detectable, have been picked up beyond the Kuiper Belt, the farthest region of the solar system. It's almost impossible to detect anything out there, the area is so far from Earth. And the readings are unlike anything they've seen before. The Zarek commanders, viewing the same data on their own ships, dismiss it with a wave. It's a malfunction, one says coldly. Ignore it. There's nothing out there. They're focused on the final push to Solhaven. They think victory is inevitable. But they are wrong. As Liana watches the screen, she feels something shift, an instinctive feeling in her gut that something is about to happen. The faint energy signals grow stronger, sharper. Suddenly, a massive wave of distortion ripples through space, followed by a blinding flash of light. The hidden human fleet, Earth's last secret, emerges from the shadows of the Kuiper Belt. The ships decloak in perfect synchronization, like ghosts appearing from the dark, their sleek, angular forms cutting through the void. These ships are unlike any human technology seen before. They are fast, lethal, and most importantly, equipped with stolen Zarek technology. The Zarek never expected this. Humanity, once considered an underdog, now has the upper hand. Liana stares in awe as the fleet begins its coordinated assault. These ships, once thought to be myth, are a combination of human ingenuity and Zarek technology captured from the alien invaders during previous skirmishes. The stolen tech allows them to move through space at speeds the Zarek can't comprehend. The ships are equipped with stealth systems that make them nearly invisible to enemy sensors. They strike without warning, appearing out of nowhere. The human fleet unleashes a wave of deadly energy beams. The beams cut through Zarak ships like a hot knife through butter. The alien armor, once impenetrable, is now nothing more than scrap metal as the human warships rip through their enemies with surgical precision. The Zarak AI, for all its power, can't predict this new kind of warfare. The humans are no longer the prey, they are the predators. The tide of battle shifts instantly. The Zarak ships are in disarray, their once unstoppable formation crumbling under the onslaught. Alien warships are torn apart as the hidden fleet strikes again and again, each shot finding its mark with deadly accuracy. Liana feels a surge of hope rise in her chest. For the first time in what feels like forever, the humans are winning. Her voice cracks through the intercom as she gives the order, push them back. Now. For Earth. On the ground, the soldiers in Soul Haven feel the change as well. The Zarak forces, once confident in their victory, begin to falter. The hidden fleet's arrival has reignited a spark of hope in the hearts of the defenders. The humans are no longer the underdogs, they're a force to be reckoned with. The Zarak's confidence shatters, their leaders scrambling to respond to this unexpected threat. But it's too late. Humanity has finally tipped the scales in its favor. The humans may have been pushed to the edge of destruction, but with the arrival of the hidden fleet, they are now the ones in control. The Zarak mothership looms over Soul Haven, an almost godlike presence in space. Its massive size and impenetrable defenses have made it the focal point of the invasion. For weeks, humanity's forces have been fighting desperately to hold onto their last foothold in the solar system. But now, with the arrival of the hidden fleet, the tables are about to turn. Admiral Jen Novak, leader of the newly revealed fleet, watches as the human ships form a pincer movement around the Zarak mothership. His face is calm, but there's a fire in his eyes. The humans have waited too long for this moment. With the Zarak distracted by the sudden onslaught from the hidden fleet, Novak gives the order. His ships move swiftly, surrounding the mothership in a well-planned attack that leaves the Zarak forces reeling. The Zarak fleet, once so confident in their superiority, is now scrambling to defend their mothership. Novak's fleet, equipped with stolen Zarak technology, strikes with precision. Energy blasts tear into the alien ship's shields, while stealth drones dart through the chaos, disabling the mothership's weapons systems. It's a stunning sight, human ingenuity and alien technology working together to overpower the might of the Zarak. The balance of power has shifted. But in the chaos of battle, Sergeant Bonner knows what must be done. He's been fighting for so long, watching his comrades fall, knowing that their chances of survival are slim. But now, with the Zarak mothership vulnerable, he sees the only way to end this fight once and for all. Bonner's mission is clear: he must disable the Zarak's energy core, a key component in the mothership's power systems. Bonner, determined as ever, charges into the heart of the battle. His exosuit helps him navigate the battlefield with speed and strength, but the Zarak forces are still formidable. He fights through waves of enemy soldiers, his every step bringing him closer to the mothership's core. The pain from his past, the loss of his family, the years of fighting, doesn't matter anymore. This is his moment. As Bonner reaches the core, he plants the explosive charge that will disable the Zarak energy core. He knows that it's a one-way mission. The countdown begins, and Bonner knows he won't make it out alive. His last words, spoken into the calms with quiet determination, are clear and strong: fight for them, fight for Earth.